Welcome back to Motor Authority, your go-to source for military tech and defense updates. Today, we're diving into a historic moment for the Philippines at the 2025 arrival of the F-16 Viper fighter jets for the Philippine Air Force. This move marks a significant leap in the country's aerial defense capabilities and changes the game for regional air power. For decades, the Philippine Air Force has operated with aging aircraft, many of which were either second-hand or technologically limited compared to the modern standards of Southeast Asia. But this year, that narrative is changing. After years of negotiations, evaluations, and budget allocations, the Philippines is officially entering the elite club of countries operating one of the most advanced multirole fighters in the world at the F-16 Volts, also known as the Viper. Let's start with the basics. The F-16 Volts is not just an upgraded variant of the classic Fighting Falcon. It's a whole new beast. Equipped with cutting-edge avionics, an active electronically scanned array or ACER radar, precision weapons capability, and superior combat range, the Viper is a force multiplier. It brings stealthy situational awareness, electronic warfare capacity, and long-range strike abilities to the Philippine military for the first time in history. The Viper's radar alone is a game-changer. With the APG-83 ACER radar, it can track more targets over greater distances, even in cluttered environments like mountainous terrain or over the ocean. That's essential for an archipelagic nation like the Philippines, where aerial and maritime threats can emerge from multiple directions. In 2025, the first batch of F-16Vs will be delivered as part of a broader modernization effort under the revised AFP modernization program, also known as Horizon 3. Under this phase, the Philippine Air Force is focusing on building credible air deterrence, and the Viper is central to that vision. But why the F-16 Viper? Why not other options like the Gripen or the FA-50? That's a question a lot of defense watchers have been asking. Here's the answer: the F-16 offers a perfect balance of battle-proven capability, interoperability with allies like the United States, and a long-term support ecosystem. With over 4,500 units produced and used by over 25 countries, logistics and maintenance are streamlined. Spare parts, pilot training, and even joint exercises become much easier to integrate. It's not just about the aircraft, though. This acquisition is part of a broader transformation. The Philippine Air Force isn't simply buying jets, it's buying into a new doctrine of air superiority. The Viper's arrival will lead to a complete overhaul in how the Air Force operates, say from pilot training and tactics to maintenance and mission planning. Speaking of training, selected Philippine pilots have already begun intensive sessions in the United States. These aren't just standard flight lessons. They're being trained in air-to-air combat, suppression of enemy air defenses, and precision ground strike are the core missions of the Viper. By the time the jets are fully operational in the Philippines, the country will already have a group of elite pilots capable of maximizing their potential. Now, let's talk numbers. The deal is worth around $2.4 billion and includes not just the aircraft but also advanced munitions, training, logistics, and maintenance support for years to come. We're talking about AMRAAMs, JDAMs, and even potential integration of anti-ship missiles in the future, giving the Philippines real punch in both air defense and maritime strike roles. Critics argue that this is a massive financial undertaking for a country with other pressing needs. That's fair. But the reality is, in a region facing increasing tensions from disputes in the South China Sea to the modernization of neighboring air forces, the Philippines cannot afford to be left behind. Deterrence is built on capability. Without credible air power, diplomacy loses a critical layer of strength. For context, regional neighbors like Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia have all made substantial investments in air power. Vietnam is also modernizing rapidly. In this landscape, the Philippine acquisition of the F-16 Volts is not an arms race move, it's about leveling the playing field and securing national sovereignty. Public sentiment has also been surprisingly supportive. For many Filipinos, seeing the Viper in their skies is more than just military news, it's a symbol of national pride, a sign that the country is stepping up to protect its skies and assert its rights. It's not just hardware, it's identity. There's also the matter of joint operations. With the Philippines hosting regular exercises like Balikatan and Kamandag alongside the United States and other allies, having F-16Vs in the inventory dramatically improves interoperability. They can plug into allied command and control networks, respond in real time to threats, and even conduct joint missions if necessary. Looking forward, the Air Force is also considering complementary systems to support the Vipers. This includes advanced ground-based radars, mobile command posts, and possibly unmanned aerial vehicles for surveillance and electronic warfare. The goal is to build a complete air defense ecosystem, not just rely on jets alone. Another key factor is basing. Clark and Bazu air bases are being upgraded to accommodate the new fighters, including hardened shelters, new radar systems, and weapons storage facilities. This infrastructure investment will not only support the F-16s but also strengthen the overall resilience of the Philippine Air Force. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer technical marvel of the Viper. Powered by the Pratt & Whitney F-100 engine, it produces over 29,000 pounds of thrust, enough to push the jet past Mach 2 speeds. It's agile, combat-proven, and loaded with digital systems that give pilots a 360-degree view of the battlefield. And despite being a single-engine fighter, it boasts reliability and performance metrics that rival even twin-engine platforms. The Viper's cockpit is another story altogether. It features a large color display, digital flight controls, and a helmet-mounted cueing system that lets the pilot lock onto targets just by looking at them. This isn't just Top Gun fantasy, this is the real thing, now part of the Philippine arsenal. To wrap up, 2025 isn't just another year in defense news, it's a milestone for the Philippines. The arrival of the F-16 Volts Viper signals a bold shift in national defense posture, a commitment to modernization, and a clear message to any potential aggressor: the Philippines is ready to defend its skies. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. This is Motor Authority, and we'll keep you updated on everything that moves from fighter jets to defense strategies. Salute to the men and women of the Air Force, and we'll see you in the next video. Fly high, Filipinos.